So I want to share a few more examples of how we can use AI to develop content. I mentioned we could use it to develop handouts or resources. So we have a client that has a whole lot of supplementary materials that are part of their e-learning courses. And in this situation, we needed to have a resource that was a template to help learners create a community asset mapping that they had learned about within the e-learning course. And so the client said, here's some things that I kind of like what they're, I like this as an example. We had the content from the course. And so we were able to feed that into AI and say, could you help us create this template? And it did. And not only did it offer to give us, create the template, it said, hey, would you like a visual version of that? And I was like, yes, I would actually. And so it creates this visual version. But again, this highlights a perfect example where we need a human. So when we further inspect it, you'll see that it says services off, and it really should be services offered. And then that header, it was close how this asset supports library services, but really the content was about community asset mapping. So how does community asset mapping support library services? It was not quite there. And then it generated a PNG, which was not super helpful to me and made it look like there's a whole extra page when there really wasn't an extra page. And so it's kind of awkward. And so we find that there there's small errors that the AI will make that we need to use our human element to review and make sure that we're paying attention to that.